There are a few instances where Space Marine's power armour is not enough protection for a warrior, but when the battle calls for durability and protection over agility, it is the revered suits of Terminator Armour that the Space Marines turn to. Massively thick armour plates and powerful servo muscles drive these defensive shells, and only the best and bravest Space Marine can don them. So what are the origins of these suits? When are they best worn? Friends, let's find out. And welcome to another 40k video drawing on Deep Strike from issue 104 of White Dwarf, an article written by Graham McNeil. Space Marine power armour has a long and glorious history, having its origins in the long forgotten time before the Emperor's unification of mankind on Terra. Nothing is now known of this time, but it is speculated that the first suits of powered armour were worn by the techno-barbarians that fought alongside the Emperor as he battled to bring Terra under his rule. Over time these suits were refined and improved, becoming the earliest incarnations of the fully enclosed power armour. The first suits of Space Marine power armour were developed from this armour, and were said to have been worn by the first Space Marines as they sought to unite the planets of the solar system under the Emperor's control. Legend tells that once the Terran system was secure and the process of rebuilding firmly in hand, the galactic conquest began. Faded techno-arcana of the Adeptus Mechanicus tell that even before the Age of Strife ended, the Emperor started to make provisions for his Great Crusade. Part of these plans included the re-equipping of the Space Marine armies with a far more sophisticated fighting suit that historians have dubbed Crusade or Crusader armour. Alongside these developments, the Emperor initiated a program to develop a system of armour that would provide even greater protection than that offered by power armour. Combining the technology of power armour and exo armour developed for sealed environment suits used by starship crews forced to work in extremely hazardous environments. The development of tactical dreadnought armour was begun in order to provide the best protection possible for the Space Marines. Exo armour is constructed from heavy gauge plasteel plating, forming an armoured shell that can withstand even the colossal impact of high-speed orbital micro-debris. It is the only armour suitable for working inside the high-pressure casings of plasma reactor shields or the extremely corrosive environments inside the hulls of bulk chemical carriers. These same qualities, suitably enhanced, make tactical dreadnought armour virtually invulnerable to most weapons. The development of Terminator Armour as tactical dreadnought armour soon became known, and was well underway by the time of the Horus Heresy when it erupted, and these heavily armoured suits had become widely available by the time the Traitor War Master struck. According to fragmented records of the Adeptus Mechanicus, Terminator Armour was originally designed to be the ultimate Space Marine power armour, and was envisioned to replace the older suits over time. However, this changed when, as the Heresy sucked the resources from the Imperium, Terminator suits became increasingly rare, for they were exceptionally difficult to create and maintain. In addition, during most battles, their bulk became a disadvantage against the lighter power armour. Warriors who wore that easily outmaneuvered those in Terminator plate. The suits were highly sought after, and they were used to great effect in the countless bloody and short-ranged battles waged in cramped conditions, such as boarding actions in ship-to-ship engagements, hive cities and tunnel fighting. It is in these areas that Terminator armour excels, as it is under these conditions that their bulk and sturdy frames serve best. Utilising heavy sheets of plasteel and ceramite, Terminator armour contains a full exoskeleton and a complex arrangement of fibre-bundled muscles that allow a warrior to fight with deadly skill in close quarters. In the same manner as power armour, Terminator armour contains its own independent power supply and fully enclosed life support function. Though those incorporated in Terminator armour are more powerful and long-lasting, various augurs and auspex enable the Space Marine to be fully aware of his environment, both externally and internally, and to monitor such things as radiation levels, proximity of biological entities, and the life signs of the body. These operate in the same way as support systems in power armour, although several other devices to improve the protective aspects even further. Teleport homers enable the bearers to aid the Space Marine in avoiding enemy weapons emplacements and other situational dangers. All units are capable of this, but to avoid confusion, it is usual for only the Sergeant's armour to broadcast picked signals. A chapter's first company is known as the Veteran Company and contain its bravest and most heroic battle brothers. Many of these soldiers will have risen to the rank of Veteran Sergeant before being inducted. The less experienced Marines are often accepted into its ranks for performing acts of exceptional courage. Suits of Terminator Armour are rare and highly sought after, and as such each chapter carefully maintains the suits that it has. Incredibly ancient, the secret of much construction has long been lost, and each one is revered by the Space Marines and lovingly maintained by the chapter's Tech Marines. Some new suits are produced by the Mechanicus, but the rate they do this at is very slow and demand great. Now, in terms of the weapons used, Terminator Armour is designed to carry a variety of weapons, but the most common armament is a Stone Bolter and Power Fist, allowing a Terminator to attack enemies both at long range and up close in a devastating manner, though some Space Marines will use a Chain Fist. Within units of Terminators, one Space Marine is usually designated as fire support. Such warriors can carry dreaded assault cannons to lay down a haul of heavy shells. And one minor amendment there, when I said haul of heavy shells, I meant hail of heavy shells. A heavy flamer can also be used up close in that sort of engagement style. And the Cyclone Missile Launcher can be used to impact on heavily armoured targets at long range. And imagine this, you're fighting, you think you're winning, and then a squad of Terminators teleports in. When this is done, there's no effort by the enemy to be able to engage them with long range weapons. They are suddenly in your face. The most favoured configuration for these squads is either a pair of lightning claws, multiple fist-mounted blades sheathed in lethal energy that can cut through armour and flesh with ease, or thunder hammers and storm shields, which were deployed in the recent Dark Angel trilogy by Gav Thorpe I completed. And we'll touch on two little bits of lore here at the end of the video. The Crux Terminatus is one, you've probably heard of it. Each Terminator bears a badge upon his left shoulder guard that is made from stone and is said to incorporate fragments of the Emperor's armour. At the climax of the Horus Heresy, the Emperor was defeated, but he was accompanied by Terminators, and it is said that the Emperor decreed that his armour be taken off and melted down, and that the pieces left made into badges, and that all Terminators would carry them in recognition of the service performed in the defeat of Horus. And the other bit of lore is judged as the Crux Argentum. Elements of the Crux Terminatus on the shoulder pad of a Terminator can be adorned with additional ornamentation in recognition of acts of supreme valour. One such adornment is the Crux Argentum, a shoulder badge of silver and encrusted with gems that is awarded to Space Marines who perform acts of valour above and beyond the call of duty. And on that note, friends, we wrap up today's video.